Michigan.
Welcome to winter.
It's clear she knows something is up.
I'm mostly just curious about this girlfriend.
Depending on how this ends up, will she be there waiting? Like, I don't know if I could.
The groundbreaking series Catfish begins its 8th season on MTV, and here to discuss the truths and lies of online dating is host and creator Nev Schulman. Hey, Nev.
What's up, Jeff?
Nev, it seems like your show is more relevant than ever. How has dating evolved on the digital landscape since the beginning of your series?
Yeah, I mean, look, when we started making Catfish in 2012, online dating was still very new. And a lot of people, I think, still were uncomfortable even admitting that they were on a dating profile or website or app at all. And now, of course, fast forward to 2019, and that's almost the only way that you meet people. So when people ask me, I can't believe your show's still on, because you'd think in 2019, it's so easy to prove or disprove that you're talking to someone. My answer is, well, more and more people now than ever are meeting on the internet. And the ways that you can, curate and distort yourself online or just completely reinvent yourself have only grown. So as long as human beings are imperfect, which I think will be forever, the way that we interact with each other will also have variations and variables, and as a result, you never know what you're going to get. And so that's why the show is still just as, like you say, relevant, but also wild and interesting as ever.
Now, I know your demographic is MTV, but I was curious, is catfishing happening to other age groups, 50s, 60s, 70s? Is it that common?
It's funny. MTV's demographic is one thing, but I think the show has a very distinct demo. Not just with people who come to MTV to watch it, but obviously you can watch it elsewhere, like Hulu, and it's streaming on other platforms. So I get approached a lot by people, whether it's the parents of young people who watch the show because their kid watches it, or just people who are in their 50s or 60s who themselves are looking for love or in relationships and found the show. And I think the reason for that and the viewability of the show, no matter how old you are, is because we talk about issues and feelings that everyone shares, no matter how young or old you are. We're all insecure. We all compare ourselves to each other. We're all jealous. We're all wish there's things about ourselves that we could change. And so seeing other people struggle through that and search for love and hopefully find love or, deal with heartbreak is stuff that everybody deals with. And so we try to help people go through that in a graceful, compassionate way and start conversations that we should all be having with each other.
You have some pretty interesting episodes for season 8. I understand that the dead are dating. You have a supernatural episode coming up?
Well, I don't know about supernatural. We have an episode. I mean, look, the problem with lying on the internet now is that it is harder because, like I said, it's 2019. Pretty much everybody has a smartphone. If you're talking to someone and they can't FaceTime with you, you'd get suspicious. So the lies now have to get bigger and bolder. In order to convince someone that you can't meet up, you really have to kind of have a good reason. And what better reason than to sort of say you are dead? Of course, then to be reanimated and come back a few days later is a little unusual. But people say weird stuff, and amazingly, people believe that stuff. And that's what makes the show so interesting.
And you also have an episode in Hawaii. And I would think to myself, if you're going to be catfished, why not in paradise? Who cares, right? You're there.
I've been waiting a long time for someone to get catfished in Hawaii. So we finally had that episode. And it was obviously beautiful. But also, that was a particularly weird story, too, because that was an episode where two young teenagers had met years ago on a cruise for a few days, had the sort of beginnings of a young romance, but then after the cruise went back to live in their very different, faraway places. And there had been this sort of miscommunication and mystery around whether or not they were really sort of working towards a relationship, and had one or both of them misinterpreted that initial, like a lot of confusion and And was the guy still talking to the same girl, or had someone else been using her profile, or was it a fake profile of the girl he'd been talking to? There's a lot of interesting backstory and circumstances in that episode. But more importantly, we were thrilled to go to Hawaii.
And your longtime co-host Max is no longer with you, but for season 8, you have a celebrity roster of co-hosts.
We have a bunch of great people on the show. A couple that you may have seen in previous seasons, Cammie Crawford, Tallulah Willis, an incredible singer-songwriter, Elle King, came on the show, an amazing actress from Orange is the New Black, Kimiko Glenn, Justin Combs is on the show. He's P. Diddy's son and part of that sort of incredible empire. And they're all amazing. They all bring a different perspective and experience to the show, which also adds new elements to both the way I experience it as well as the people who we're trying to help. So it really, there's a lot of great energy on this season for sure.
Nev, congratulations on season 8. And when you're done catfishing people, come on out to Las Vegas. We'd love to have you.
I'd be happy to. Yeah, I love it there.
You can catch season 8 of Catfish Wednesdays on MTV. And for more reviews and interviews, surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.